Do you want to know a secret? This tale of foolish people long ago, I know what happened and what is true, but I don't know how it should end. Let me tell it one more time, and perhaps together we will see. Really nice. Months of planning, favors, everything is waiting for us. We are here to show Ferelden how Olay commands the game. Several jobs and a personal score of my own, but the rest of the night is yours. Think you're up to it, pretty thing? You know I'm ready for anything. Of course you are. You're mine. I'll be watching. Don't let me down.
Love to watch her go. Returns me to the stone.
Focus.
A little fun with the wigs of Ferelden. They won't expect it. Not like in Olay.
The clients want a little stealing? A few insults? Some good old revenge.
Eyes open. We've got our targets. Let's find them. Our charity. This board needs something. That should do it.
Not the donation the good sisters expect.
Picture it with morning dew. Majestic. As if he found them. There's our northern trinkets. Always something else. I'll do it. It's done.
Sort it out later.
It's done. I'll do it. It's done.
Right, set the place on edge.
It's done. I'll do it.
Bloody!
Well, the god will be after us now. Imports of import. The man thinks he's clever. This bunch won't wait for an explanation of this. Ugh, dead people jewelry. It's not as pretty as I remember. Maybe finery. This Sir Wally has clearly never been to Olay. He'll have some explaining to do now. Let's put these to better use somewhere. Let's see what we can do for Mr. Renwald. Let him explain why he's got these in store. Poor Denerim will be in chaos when the market opens to claims of theft.
Not the target, this one.
I'm stubborn! It's done. I'll do it. It's done. In my time. In my time. It's done. There's our noble to disgrace.
I knew something was fishy. Don't let them near me!
It's done. It's done. I'll do it. I'll do it. It's done. But does a beating seem too plain?
Nope.
We're supposed to strip him of dignity, not his things.
It'll be both if we find an amusing place to leave them.
Open up!
There's our tattletale.
Who?
Jovi Maris?
Oh no, I was supposed to be safe!
You should have thought about that before talking out of turn.
I ain't going back! I'm not!
Good with me.
Watch out! That's the minimum for our contract. How do they get so heavy on such terrible food?
Nobody boils an innard like a Ferelden. Marjolaine has left the man in a state, no question.
I wonder how much shame he can bear. Waking with a dead man will not help his situation.
Passed out on the job, holding suspect materials? Disgraceful.
It's a start.
A start, she says.
Marjolaine? Marjolaine! Don't tease me today.
That's how we do it.
Ooh, pretty thing. Out of breath, hair in a state. You'd be a scandal on the streets of Orlais. And you love it.
If I'm not mistaken, you want me this way.
You think you know a lot. Like how to get back at my poor captain. You'd have done worse if you knew him. We are done with distractions. Now I have something special in mind. Lem,
Aye, Marjolaine?
make sure she has everything she needs. There will be no rest for us tonight.
Don't keep me in the dark. Who's the mark of distinction you have in mind?
In good time, just know that we will have earned a special rest when all is done. Ready yourself and come back to me.
You won't have to wait long. Always where the money is.
And your hand in the chantry box was an accident, I suppose?
What are they to me?
Marjolaine has you on the right path. Want something?
Let's see what you found.
Are you ready now, Leliana? The night is moving on, and our target is formidable.
I need only my skill, Marjolaine. I am always ready.
That, my pretty thing, is what I like to hear.
Sodding stone.
You can't come to Denham without visiting the Earl's estate.
You're mad.
The Earl is away, and most of the King's patrol has been drawn to some sort of trouble in the market. Our employer just wants us to plant some embarrassing papers under the cover of a burglary. It will be assumed they were here all along, unless you think you're not up to my challenge.
Kept anything else to yourself? Like what the papers are? Or who hired us?
I think that they are payments, suggesting mistresses. And you know as well as I that we do not need to know the players.
We let nobles decide who to blame. We are just the enablers of the game.
That's it. Now we split to divide the gold, find a fun way in, and put the papers where they can be found but are not obvious. In the bedroom, nice and personal. Don't keep me waiting.
Read the window in that nook.
Tight fit for Tug.
Yeah, your mother said as much.
Right. Let's find more soldiers and make a nice mess before we plant the papers.
Love it when you talk like that. You too, Sketch.
Do Ferelden's condone torture? Or is this allowed because the Earl is away?
Doesn't say much for whoever was left in charge.
Gentlemen!
Raise them up!
It's done.
Back to that later.
It's done. Come and get it! It's done. I'll do it. What now?
I heard something outside.
You know the penalty for speaking out of turn!
That boy will grow into something special.
We are quite the target.
Thick doors make every room a surprise.
It's done. We are It's done.
Come, Commander. Let's see your little dragon.
What the?
Good sodding boy.
Lord of damnation. It's done. I finished. More soldiers!
You'll eat my arse.
A war journal with no war?
A lot of bitterness still around. This is pushing it, though.
The master bedroom. We can plant the papers in the desk. This Commander Raleigh sounds like a beast.
Maybe he's the target we're embarrassing.
What's next? These are Orlesian seals.
Be quick, pretty thing. We are wearing out our welcome.
Marjolaine, these seals are Orlesian military. This is not some embarrassment of nobility.
Who am I to say what upsets this lot?
You seem to know them pretty well from what I saw.
That will do, Leliana. We have to get moving.
I don't like this.
Leliana, later. Move.
Three, 6, carry over the ort. No. Looking a little peaked, Missy.
Nothing about us being here hits you as wrong.
Haven't thought about it. My purse follows Marjolaine. Good eye for money, that one.
But if we're caught...
If you're caught, I never know what you're doing out there. That's how I like it.
Just show me what you've scrounged up. Your turn to cook?
Have to do something. The Earl's estate? Soldiers? Templars should give up mages and hunt whatever Marjolaine is.
I'm worried too, but we can fix it somehow.
We should just disappear. Don't wait around for it to go bad.
Not go back to Orlais.
I don't have much to go back to. Less if they start thinking I'm a threat to the nation.
I can't bear the thought of never seeing my home again.
Wish I knew the feeling.
Some of us don't match the Bard spy fetish. Like me, pretending I know the loot.
You murder music.
I was worried I was the only one left out of the plan.
You're the only one she tells anything.
Then why did you come?
An apostate elf needs to keep his friends close.
I can be hanged on a rumor. Accidental treason's a bit over the top, really.
I have to say something to Marjolaine. Soon.
Better you than me.
Well, Marjolaine's full of surprises,
I have to say something to her about the papers. Right?
Seems like you've decided.
Marjolaine left you in the dark too.
Always does.
Not always.
Maybe not you. I get where and when. It's usually enough. Valroyu was quiet anyway. Really quiet, actually.
Marjolaine planned for months. Some jobs we turned down.
Made us hungry. Maybe a little stupid.
But not on purpose.
Right.
We have to do something before it's a problem, Tug. But what?
Well, I'd just take my money and run back to Orlais. I have a girl I'm ruining for her Chevalier husband.
We pulled many strings to arrange the market. Someone will know we were here.
Marjolaine has people in her pocket. She can deal with treason. Maybe.
I may be making too much of this.
Those papers were not the job we agreed to. They're a different kind of risk.
Then you should let her know you are concerned too.
Knowing and caring are different.
I'm sure it's all just a mistake. We can fix it.
She won't like hearing that.
I was right to be worried. It doesn't matter. You need to remember your place. You do not question me in front of the others, Leliana. Not in the field, not anywhere.
The game is one thing. We go back and forth between nobles, and the authorities turn a blind eye. It is amusement. But these papers... If the seals were Olesian military, then bringing them to Ferelden is treason. Marjolaine, there is no blind eye for treason. They hang you in the street.
My poor pretty thing, lost in a strange place. Ah, this is about seeing me with that officer, isn't it?
You surprised us with this. If I'd known, I would have talked you out of it.
You were never so reluctant back in Olay. Perhaps I took you from those streets too soon?
Marjolaine?
Please, you forced my hand. We will undo this, just in case someone were to find out. It will not be simple. Remember that you asked for this.
Thank you, Marjolaine. Our lives are exciting enough, no?
Just be ready. Give me a moment.
If Marjolaine has a plan, let's get to it. I prefer to be a moving target.
For what it's worth, I'm with you. In over our heads.
Marjolaine has a plan to fix it by now. I am certain.
She's clever. No doubt.
You are ready? Because this will not be easy.
I know.
We'll go back when it is dark again. They won't expect a second break-in so soon.
We can say we were there to steal the papers in the first place, for Olay.
I don't plan on having to tell anyone. Shall we go?
I will sleep easier when this is all done.
It will all work out. I promise.
You were right. The grounds were bare. Perhaps we stole everything worth guarding.
There. Let's get your precious papers and go.
Yeah. Here we go.
A little heavy-footed over the wall, maybe? I'll draw the ones I can. Go!
She's gone again.
Guess we're going the other way.
We... There! Oh, she made it out! Why isn't she running? Marjolaine, I fought the ones I could, but there must be more.
It's all right.
We can tell them about the papers. There must be an embassy. Ollie can petition.
Shh, my pretty thing. Shh.
I'm sorry I brought us back here, Marjolaine.
Don't be. You were perfect.
Well, well, well. An Orlesian spy caught with her hands on hard-won Ferelden intelligence. You'll be worth a pretty sum. Once we've had our fun, of course.
It is worse than losing them to death, isn't it? when the one closest to you is untrue.
Who?
A friend. I can help. But you must find your resolve.
I don't need more friends.
You are not the only one Leliana's exploited. She has an eye for weakness. In youth, confidence, faith.
She left me nothing.
No. You feel alone, perhaps, for the first time. But you are far from helpless. Others need you even at your lowest. And that is a source of strength I cannot describe. I must go. You can do this.
Why should I care what happens? Hello? Oh! I don't want to do this. I shouldn't have to do this. Easily done. Sketch! In my time, it's done. I'll do it. It's done. Right. In my time, I'll do it. Right. Right. In my time, I'll do it. I'll do it. It's done.
Right grateful to you, girl.
There!
If ever. Look out!
No! Not more! In my time. Right. In my time. It's done. In my time. I'll do it. Right.
Name's Silas. I owe you twice. Especially if you're against Raleigh.
It's done.
Leliana?
I'm done, Sketch.
To be a lever.
Oh no! No!
Doug?
She did this. With her beast. They will both answer.
You're safe now.
Dorothea? Dorothea! Your guest is awake.
So I see. Please, give us a moment. Please. No doubt you have questions.
You saved me? Gave me a key?
You didn't need the key. You could have tricked the guard or bound a splinter into a braid for a lockpick. And you would look good with braids, you know? Anyway, all I did was suggest that you are never powerless when others are in need.
But why?
Because I needed to hear the same thing when I was in your place.
This is a chantry? Am I to be arrested?
The chantry is not an arm of the king's law. Although I am certain these good Fereldans disapprove of both of our actions.
But you are one of them.
I am also a legion. They have no reason to listen to me. But they know that if I fail here, it may harm the chantry as a whole.
Dorothea? Shall I know you?
No. If you wish a full introduction, I am formally Revered Mother Dorothea.
Your Reverence, then?
My temple is in Orlais. I came here without sanction, hoping to fix the mistakes I have made. So please, just Dorothea.
This is all interesting, but I need to be a long way from both Ferelden and Orlais very soon.
The papers Marjolaine sold to Commander Raleigh were mine. The papers used against you.
You did this! Those were Orlesian military. It is treason.
My temple receives troop movements, so we can minister in the field. They were stolen, in a moment of weakness. I didn't know why Marjolaine wanted to be so close to me, but it felt like youth.
It sounds like you have a real mess that no longer involves me.
But it does, doesn't it? As much as you want it to be over, it gnaws at you. This is about need. What you need.
And what is that?
The same thing I yearned for. To hear from her lips the reason why. I can tell you where Marjolaine is. Where Commander Raleigh is. Help Orlais and yourself. I will be here when you decide you are ready.
Sketch? I guess we made it.
Thanks for getting me out of that place, Leliana. No market for a helper.
No market?
That Raleigh wasn't going to keep me long. A spy ringleader like Marjolaine painted you. You were going to the highest bidder. Maybe even the Empress.
I just wish I had been there for Tug.
They did him first because he wouldn't shut up. Drove Raleigh's men crazy for days, laughing at them. He was stalling for me. They said they'd take my hands. Only way to trust a mage.
Oh, Sketch.
All I see is red. But it doesn't matter. We can't fix this.
We'll make sure everyone pays, I swear.
Then what? Then I'm happy? Odds are slim.
Just be ready. Silas, was it?
Yes, I had to follow. I hope to earn the good mother's trust, and yours. I stand ready to go after the commander. And this Marjolaine who put you at his mercy.
Maybe I want nothing to do with this.
But after the week in his dungeon, and the loss of your friend...
I have lost 2 friends. I don't even know how to balance that.
I didn't mean to assume. I'm sorry.
So you'll follow me? Where do you think that will lead?
If I can end this, I hope to serve the Chantry. They will already know my good intentions. What about you?
Me? Nobody cares what I want.
You should.
So, did I free a criminal?
I poached some game. I'd have taken my lashes, but Raleigh doesn't like inconveniencing the king's law. He had me for months, for no reason beyond his own amusement.
How does a petty criminal get so quick with a blade?
Former soldier. I was probably not too far from Raleigh during the war. Glad to say I'm nothing like him now.
Is that what I had to look forward to?
No. He ransoms important prisoners to whoever wants them most.
But only after he's had his fun. No doubt Dorothea is waiting for me.
I'll follow you where you lead. I owe you that, and more.
Still here for you, Leliana. Missy, need something to perk you up. Road ahead will be a tough one.
Lem? How?
Yeah, I went to ground when Marjolaine showed her colours. Almost gave you up after the week. Hard to miss your escape, though. Lots of people thanking their Orlesian she-devil. So, need anything?
You're right back to selling? Even after all this?
Hard to miss your escape, though. Lots of people thanking their Orlesian...
You're saying you'd have done it too?
Well, not to me, but I understand. That's the game.
All right. Show me what you've got. You work in this temple?
I am giving my life to the Chantry, yes. If you'll excuse me.
I'm sorry about earlier. I wasn't sure where I was.
It's not that, miss.
What then?
I was like you before I came to serve Our Lady. It troubles me.
I am no threat to you.
No, I worry for you. Many come to the Chantry at a difficult time. Not all find their way back.
I won't need to come back.
I was the same. There was a lot of pain between then and now. If you'll excuse me. All are welcome in the sight of Andraste if they choose to seek the light.
Our Marjolaine has secured Commander Raleigh as an escort to leave Ferelden. No doubt she expects a reprisal for her various crimes. It would be a shame to disappoint her.
I need to know some things before this goes ahead.
As would I.
This seems like a lot of trouble for a few papers.
If Raleigh finds the support to act on them, the number of lives at stake would be considerable.
But Ferelden and Orlais are at peace.
It might be more accurate to say we are merely no longer at war.
You know a lot for an outsider in Ferelden.
The members of this temple have been most helpful, though they technically owe no allegiance to Orlais.
They suffer too if secrets given to the Chantry are not safe.
My actions could harm all nations ministered by the Chantry.
I could have died in a dungeon, like Tag did.
I recognized a familiar spirit in you, and I had faith. It is a strength you come to understand in service.
I'm glad you didn't start preaching at the time.
I hope I am not preaching now. I just wanted you to be aware of the tools you already had. If this is the last the Chantry sees of you, I have still balanced some of my shame.
A lot of people followed me out. What happens to them?
Some will be turned over to the city guard, although the difference in treatment may well feel like freedom. Others, like Silas, have more than paid for their petty crimes. He wants to join the Chantry.
Perhaps he wants a chance at Commander Raleigh.
I would not blame him.
I know nothing about the commander, beyond what he did.
Commander Raleigh is a noble who apparently distinguished himself to King Merrick during the Orlesian-Ferelden War. Many on both sides have been reluctant to abandon the hatreds of that conflict. But if I had to venture a guess, I suspect he is also a miserable bastard at heart.
Tell me how to find Marjolaine.
For your own reasons, I trust.
Do you want your precious papers or not?
Not if I inflict more harm in the process. Call it a concern of my trade.
Marjolaine wronged me. I will not let that go unanswered.
I understand. But if your actions are all that pull you forward, then she still controls you. Marjolaine is with Raleigh, seeking passage across the waking sea. I have suggested a path. Be careful.
Pathetic girl! You're in the heart of my Ferelden. What do you hope to gain?
Listen to the commander, pretty one. There is nothing for you here.
Watch out!
Finally! A fair fight!
I'm not giving up the way! Strike the leg. I'll drag Merrick to war if I have to. Your people couldn't hold this land with an army. What's one harlot? you're better than Marjolaine said. The Bards of Orlais have earned their reputation. But I remember the scared little girl in my cell.
Orlais and Ferelden will both hear the facts of your legacy. Once I've had my fun, of course. Orlais and
All this, and doing every one of these lives. It's more fun when it's personal. I wonder, what did the lovely mother offer for her papers? Something as entertaining as what I did to get them?
You are still trying to hurt me. Why?
So innocent. Even when your concern threatened to expose me.
All I wanted was a way out. For us.
You are my pretty thing. But I knew we'd end up like this. You would turn on me, because that's what I would do. So I did it first. We are the same.
No.
So you say, but here you are, weapon in hand.
You see your own distrust on every face. Did I ever know you?
If this was reversed, you'd wake every day expecting my blade.
Marjolaine.
We are the same. I wonder.
Do you want to know a secret? That moment I keep, because even now, I don't know what ending serves best. But being able to choose, that is the truth of this story. The rest, it changes with the audience. All things change when they find purpose. Do you want to know a secret?